I showed up to the family reunion smiling, holding a hand-picked gift basket, only to find my name scratched off the seating chart like I was never part of them. No warm greetings, no place at the table, just fake smiles and cold shoulders. That day, something in me snapped. They crossed my name out once, so I erased them forever. My name is Michael Adams. I'm 35 and I live in Chicago, Illinois. I've spent most of my adult life being the reliable one, the responsible one, the one who answers the late-night calls, who Venmos the rent shortfall, who drives 4 hours just to help move a couch or reset a Wi-Fi router. I'm not rich, not even close, but I've worked hard in IT consulting since I was 23, saved carefully, avoided major debt, never married, and never had kids. Apparently in my family that made me the designated helper. My mom called it having your life together. What she meant was, we expect you to carry the weight for the rest of us. So I did. Quietly. I paid off my younger sister Katie's student loans when her husband bailed on their marriage. I covered the down payment on my brother Joel's second-hand pickup when he got laid off temporarily. I even picked up the slack on my parents' electric bill for over a year, something they never asked for, but conveniently never questioned either. And still, despite all of that, I never really felt seen. I was just a walking support beam for a house I didn't even live in. Then came the family reunion. It was my aunt's idea, a catered garden party in the Chicago suburbs. RSVP required. My name was on the invitation, buried in a list of names, next to a passive-aggressive, "We really hope you can make it this time." I RSVP'd, bought a custom gift basket full of local jams, cheeses, and bourbon, even tied a bow on it myself. When I pulled up, the house looked like something out of a magazine. String lights, kids running through sprinklers, laughter spilling into the street. I took a deep breath and walked in. And instantly I felt it. You know that invisible shift when you enter a room and suddenly realize you're not welcome? Like your background noise in your own story? People looked through me. Joel gave a lazy nod. My cousin Ashley, whom I once helped pay for her GRE class, pretended not to see me. I spotted the seating chart near the dessert table, names in gold ink on a whiteboard. My name crossed out with a fat black marker. Underneath, in rushed handwriting, extra guest. Before I could even process it, Katie walked up with a mimosa and that syrupy voice she reserves for fake apologies. "Oh wow, Mike. You actually came?" she said, laughing. "Didn't you get the hint last year?" No, I hadn't. Apparently being the bank didn't come with a seat at the table. Then my mom passed by. She didn't stop, didn't smile, just muttered, "Please don't embarrass us this time." And that was it. No confrontation, no shouting match, just silence. I set the gift basket down gently on the kitchen counter, adjusted the ribbon, turned around, and left. They didn't call. Not that day, not the day after. But they noticed, eventually. First, the power bill at my parents' condo went unpaid. Then Joel's card got declined. When I quietly closed our old shared emergency fund, the monthly donations my mother sent to her garden club bounced. That's when the voicemail started. "Mike, something's wrong with the electricity." "Dude, Amanda's freaking out about the joint card. We need to talk, you're overreacting." They didn't get it. They never got it. For years, I'd eaten ramen to make sure their lights stayed on, skipped dentist appointments and date nights to bail out their overdrafts. And now, a crossed-out name on a board was what I got in return. I didn't yell, I didn't block them. I just started withdrawing everything I'd ever given. HBO? Gone. Netflix? Password changed. Dad's golf membership? Canceled. 'Cause that's all you have control over. Phone plan? Separated. Utilities? Stopped, all timed perfectly to make sure the grace periods expired before the lights went out. The tone of the calls changed. Guilt became fury. "You're punishing your family," Katie said in a voicemail. "Families don't abandon each other," my mother snapped. But that's exactly what they'd done. Not in the moment, but over years. At every birthday party where I wasn't thanked. At every Thanksgiving where I got stuck at the kids' table. At every reunion where my name was just an afterthought. I let them feel what I'd felt. Then came the real betrayal. Joel had secretly listed me as a co-signer on a $25,000 0-cents loan for Amanda's failed bakery, using a digital authorization form from a decade ago. When the business tanked, my credit tanked with it. I could have screamed. Instead, I called a lawyer. We filed a claim. I gathered texts, emails, bank records. Then I posted a single polite comment on Amanda's old business page. Did anyone ever receive a refund after the bakery closed? Within hours, replies started pouring in. A week later, Joel and Amanda were served legal papers at their apartment. I didn't attend, but I heard Amanda lost it. "We're family," Joel said to the process server. Yeah, that's the problem. Eventually, Joel's lawyer reached out. They offered to settle. Joel would pay the loan, clear my credit, and sign an affidavit admitting the fraud. I agreed. On one condition, it had to be part of the public record. I wanted permanence. They hesitated. I didn't. And they caved. I mailed a copy of the notarized affidavit to my parents. No note, no explanation, just truth. A few days later, my aunt Melissa, the only one who ever treated me like a human being, called. "You always looked so tired at family dinners," she said. "Like you were waiting for permission to stop trying." "I guess I finally gave it to myself," I replied. Now, I go to her house for quiet dinners. No expectations, no guilt, just good food and laughter. And slowly, I built a new life. A year after the reunion, I hosted a dinner at my apartment. 6 people. Pasta, wine, soft music, no seating chart. Just peace. When someone raised a toast to chosen family, I lifted my glass, and for the first time in 35 years, I truly belonged.